Okay, welcome back. It's another day to work on the game. There'll just be a bit more tuning. I forgot to put YouTube chat up. Okay. And viewable. Alright. So, yesterday I messed with some of the tuning. Um, we learned that there's a few bugs and such in some of the logic, but those were mainly fixed, I believe, last time. I should know that this logic is bad if this is a projectile. Fix me error projectiles would be considered overhead, which may be bad. Okay. Apparently I'm sleepy. I did wake up 3 hours earlier than normal. So, there is that. Okay. Tune, audio, and ditch account. Those are the three things that I have listed on a sticky note on my computer. Agent, we finished off some things. Controllers nearby. Heavy load. Wait, did the error text do the animation? It's fine in the ground, but in the air it's just bad. And that just looks terrible. Okay. Um, hmm. So we need to fix the momentum, not. We just need to fix it for letting it have momentum on the hit box, right? Mm. So this, the hitbox, doesn't have an animation. Wait, no, it does have. It has a hitmax distance vector. And this does set the velocity, I believe, right? Script stun manager. Basic stun. Yeah, we set the velocity. Um, we have the value created in some things, but we don't have it everywhere. Or it would make sense. Okay. So I need an if statement here for sure. Tab if kill momentum comma of a Boolean kill momentum. I don't know how to spell the word. Momentum. Okay. Kill momentum. Type Boolean. This if statement. Should this also have animation stuff like the attacks? So what else is it? Kill momentum on the attack properties. The hitbox would make sense so you can animate the type of stun the opponent gets. Um, okay. Kill momentum to this. But it might as well be an attack property on the hitbox. However, this is no longer possible to be used this way, so let's add kill underscore momentum underscore of speed. Okay. And then that will be an export property. Of the hitbox or the data? I'll put it with the data, I think. Yeah, what's the default value? Is it true or false? Right now it should be default true. And then for this one should be false. Okay, cool. Um, hmm. What would make a lot of sense for this type of thing for the animation? Because I think that's pretty bad. Setting the initial velocity is also an option. To make it look reasonable, I guess I could have it animate, which would mean an animation resource. Like a hitbox, data, control, export from this animation stuff. If I do this, I give myself a second force for it. Oh, that's not okay. Hmm. No, 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 I don't like any of these changes. If that's the case, how does the animation stuff here with the kill momentum actually do it? Or is it just exist and not used? I go to the animation tool, maybe it's in there. No, it's not. Okay. Let's go to the stun manager and have some kind of default launch. So maybe 100, comma, negative. 100 is a very small amount. 400? 300. Or 200 actually. And then this, the negative distance. Let's go with 240, 0, somewhere to the air stun. Save. then the stun type stuff is going to have to change. Okay. Stun type, which is a thing here, is also a thing on the hitboxes, right? Somewhere. Attack data, stun type. Launches between air. Knockdown. I suspect it's gonna stay. No? Hmm? Is it causing a tween, or is it that I just didn't set it? I probably didn't set it. God explosion. In the scene, the hitbox needs to be default launch. Gravity feels heavy. It's also not stopping because, of course, it is. There's no countdown. If I do that, does it work enough for me? Close, but no. They're considered on the floor. Wait, should I equal default knockdown immediately? No, I have to print it somewhere else. Which is here. Stun type 2. We're stunned for 1 frame and then just stop being stunned immediately. Yeah. What if I launch and then immediately set stun type? And run launch here. No. Okay. This works if I delay it by 1 frame. If I do it like this now. I'll do print the value. I'm gonna see if this is true. Same thing. It says it's true, yes. So no, okay. Hmm. This launcher type is just annoying. Do I need this host on floor thing? If I remove it, um, when they are on the floor, it will change directly to knockdown, right? Just slide a little. Is that different from air stuff? Yes it is. How is that different? The duration? Yeah, okay. I don't think this is gonna do. Is this just gonna do it? Okay. Yeah, no, default launch is reasonable, actually. Okay. I guess sure. Default launch and air stun are similar. go into the default knockdown. Okay, so that's just default knockdown. Using it. So let's do this into the grappling hook. Nope. Gravity might be too heavy. How many frames is gravity? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38 frames. I want it to be a little lighter. I know that's just the default memory here. So there's literally a function that says get gravity. So why the hell am I using this? Is that only a script in this? Why? This is why I did this to me. Maybe I should just get rid of the gravity node. If I did it here, or in the entities base, the entity base actually could have it. Especially since it's like 2D nodes usually that have them. I'm guessing I can't call get gravity here. Be here, rigid bodies. Script, character body, function. I'm guessing physics body. Yeah, physics bodies, which are inherited by character body. And that's it. Hmm, my gravity works, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 40, 41, 42, 43. Okay, that's on jump, which does not have that jump velocity. That is incorrect. And with the hurtable player, it's similar, or at least in the stun. Yeah, launch and knockdowns are basically jumping, at least once. Okay. So default not you stop being stunned in the air, you stun and stay stunned on the ground. Okay. What else? So launching is working fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Happening hook. What's your hitbox do? Wait, what? Is it working properly? Hmm? Why do you not have data? That is not okay. Thank you. I still have to do the data again. I think basic, mid. I don't remember any of this. Oh, okay. Guess let's do basic default error. Lifetime duration. Should be a bit minus. So 20, but a little slower than that. 15. Hit block back distance. 50. Hit stun duration. It really doesn't matter. One second. It says validate property work in a resource. Can I use validate property in a resource? Okay. I don't miss these ones. Active box data. Uh, Let me just copy this and post it here. For this one, can you make it validate? Not make it hide hit stun duration and distance vector. Uh, when the enum is uh, default anything. If property name um, not basic elements default underscore dot dot dot. Copy this one. Then copy this one, replace this. Okay. Now we go to this. Is it a function? Let me check the logic. It didn't work right away, which I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't save it. That is weird. I'll click off the scripts. Back on. Change what I have selected. Go to basic, default launch. Yeah. I'll restart the Dell. And that'll do it. Oh, it's not a tool script. Ah, that makes sense. Can I make this a tool script? Really? Really? Even though I have it as a tool script, let's try again. There we go. There we go. Can this combo work? It's tight. The floor explosion has 15 frames of recovery. I think better visual indicators would help a lot. So we can get the timer down. Yeah, there we go. Like, it's not impossible, it's just hard when you don't have good visuals. But once you get the timing, it's much more easily doable. Okay. Save that. So that's up to grappling hooks and projectiles, and the block will keep as is, I think. Right. The block is for some reason invisible. Probably because I set the visible off. Yeah, there you go. Stop. Fireball and the electric stun projectile. Oh. Okay. Um, about 4. I forget if I have an alarm that's gonna yell at me. I think I do. Oh, I'll put my phone next to me to turn it off when it happens. Grab a blanket, comfort. And then I need to do a complete and utter code review. I installed some tools to do it locally, but I need to actually make sure they work, which I'll try to do today. And then once that happens, hopefully, I can run everything while doing it. In fact, actually, let me check that now. System monitor, what's my CPU usage like? Not a ton. If I run my new terminal co-image alias, okay, it immediately jumps a little and then goes back down. But like, that's worrying. Let's see, Olana. What models do we have? That one is one of the later ones. Um, when 3:40, I believe. Test. It runs fine. It uses a lot of the cores, the PC, but it's not like excessive. No, I'll test that later on the web UI because it's just I need it to actually search and verify its syntax. Okay. I believe that's basically every attack I need tuned to be tuned. Script. Why make an abstract script in here? Or method, or function, whatever it's called. Add, at, abs, and abstract. Func. Okay, never mind. Maybe a signal. I don't know. Where is the hit stuff calculated again? I believe it's the hitbox, right? Some things are done in weird ways. Okay. Is that all of the tuning? For the most part, I think. Grappling hook sound effect. Quick load. Save. Okay. Ground explosion, I believe, doesn't up anti-air. Hit sound does. Ground explosion, sure. Not exactly the most correct, but still something. Now, do I want the electric projectile? I'll save it, but I'm not sure if I keep it on here. What would I use it for? It would be an approach option that's pretty powerful. Could be a super. But I don't have supers in the scope of the game. So most special moves are on the one button, which is the lighter button. Then we've got the grappling hook on jump, and a second attack button that has no special moves if we remove the electric one, right? Heavy punch has the electric projectile, and then everything else is on heavy kick or hit or punch. Not fully sure what to do about it yet, but alright. And when everything is visible, a lot of things have a purpose. You've got your anti-air, you've got your above you hitting forwards attack, you've got your fireball explosion that hits in front of you that combos into basically everything, you've got a fireball, you've got all these. Speaking of fireball, let's go into this thing and see what the heck is it doing. Distance vector is fine. Animation, basic, 2,400 in 100 frames. That's that's 240 per frame. Let's see what that looks like. That's fine. If this is supposedly a good move, okay. You can do this to approach, dash, and then do some other stuff, which is... It could be a very strange combo starter, but I don't like it that much. Can I hit confirm this? It's blocking. Okay, Is that basically everything? I tuned the fireball. The fireball has a hit sound technically. The electric ball exists on where even I should change the UI. The UI. UI. Testing here. Script. No, this one. This one moves. We removed one of them. Uh, this one is gone. Oh no, let's go menu. 5 in the air. It's not the same attack, but it's still an attack. Oh my goodness, that's a cross up. Yeah, so this is a move that needs to... I tried just copying it. Not exactly the best. Okay, well... Agent... Copy... Paste... And... Make local... Can't cancel. Change the hitbox data from this to this. Save. And kill the animation stuff. Right? And then do the following. Make it its own scene. Attacks. Floor explosion, yada yada. It's still assigned to the other one. Yeah, that makes sense. Air moves. I forget why I put the cancel window on this thing. I guess it's really early. You can do an aerial attack on the ground in some cases, and then cancel straight into another special move. It's a choice. Okay. As a single player game, I don't see too much problem with this existing. What if I just make it really slow on startup or something? It's already 12 frames. It could be like 15. If it's just really slow, then it should be fine. Okay. Is the character done? I think so. What this means. What this means. Um, could make a video for like help. Um, um, to help people like understand what's happening. Uh, I could just trust in the intelligence of people. People are smart. They should be fine to. Okay, what the heck is happening? Mm, yeah. I'm sorry? Wait, what's happening? If the attack manager host is on the floor, do... Okay. Up button air. In frame 9, which was this. It's set to overhead. And if I jump and hit really low. Okay. So if I basically hit it on the ground. What the heck? So what's happening? Um, I'm starting the attack in the air. And then I hit when this is true. It checks if they're walking overhead. Um, it then checks if they're blocking at all, basically. If the attack type equals the entity block type, if the attack type is not the same, if it's a mid, attack type equals mid. Question, where is the block check? Is blocking, yeah, okay. This is the high-low check. Uh, It's not on floor. I am considered in the air, kind of, but I am touching the floor, so we're on frame 9. Are we on the floor? Yes. Hit type and block type the same. Okay, if it's true, then return true. If they're not the same, which it was considered an overhead and is still considered an overhead, you're blocking low. So they're not the same. No, else return false, which means it's just correct. Else block failed. And also used one grab. It's the specific attack we had a problem with. Yeah. That error is gone now. Okay, so then for this, I need to change. How do I use the fact they are not in the editor in an if statement because I check if the property is set to a value different from the error value. The check is in the ready system, in the ready function. No, I want it to not cause an error when I run the game. What I want to do is use the fact they are hidden in the editor as part of the check when I run the game. just check if the stun type is. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Why didn't I think of that? Da, 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 da. And stun and attack the stun type in not in 1, 2, 3. Got it. Those two errors are gone. Okay. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I think that's all the tuning. I don't know if there's any system things I want to change. I didn't copy paste the change from the move list tree format. Let's copy this and change it in the move list. Save. It should be fine, right? Yeah, grounded like kick, normals. All 8, or all 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so this is more so for like actually letting people be able to use the thing with as much flexibility as they'd like, um, without restricting them, as well as I'm not sure what I want the overhead button to be. I think up there above you makes sense, and forward up mean I want to hit over their head kind of makes sense as well. But up over their head also makes sense. I don't know, but for the sake of what I want, uh, upright light punch it is. So now it's upright for the overhead, which means you can walk forward and hit them with an overhead. Oh no. You can't dash overhead, but you know, you, no. Okay, it seems to go straight into the jab again. I should wait. This shouldn't connect, yeah. Be an insane link if I gave them 8 frames. Especially because this thing just cancels into itself. But it's definitely a reset option. I believe I can hit, right? Yeah, so you can combo off of that fight. Okay. Okay. 13 air. Where the hell? Okay. What is this? Started with no tweeners. If there's no tweeners, can I ignore this error? Is it every attack? Or is it just some? So that was when we had default air. The special move is consistent with it. Is it on a run or is it on hit? So we need to get seeable. No, it's only on hit. I'm sorry? Air stun override. No. Oh, okay. Other system changes that I can do easy. Let me shrink all these. So, buttons. So many buttons, my guy. I think I have support for like the combination of two buttons as well, right? Light, normal, heavy, grounded. No, I don't. Yeah. So many damn variables. It's just stupid. This is what happens when you build an adaptable system. They can do a whole lot, but are really, really complicated. Yeah. Since I have some Claude uses, I guess I can. What are some things that I feel are weirdly designed for code review? Projects, this. Okay. Let's do a code review on some files and upload from device. If I upload the entire project, because that's actually less concerning to me than uploading the entire thing. Fightvaina, everything in this folder, this folder, this folder, this folder. World building doesn't need to. Base classes, I don't think so. Animations, I don't believe so either. Yeah, animations don't have anything. Art doesn't have anything. base classes has a script, org has stuff, player info, new org is main, where everything is. Testings has a single script, which is not really in use, so I'll exclude it. Okay. Open. And of course it wouldn't. Okay, let's then be a little bit more specific then. What the dot UIG? Okay, let's filter by customized files. Yes, okay. Active hitbox, hitbox area, the resource, hurtbox, projectile. Okay. Let's add files. Actually, no, let's just add everything. Right. Especially since they are only a few lines each. That's everything in attack components. Systems. Animation. This and this. Would the GitHub project make more sense? Let me hide you guys from this a little bit. Okay. And then, so apparently it didn't even seem like it wanted to use an account. Oh, that's the wrong one. Didn't even ask me for an account. So let's add the things. New org, player info, script templates, and base classes. No, it is actually my account. Okay. How do we go up? New org, player, script templates, no. Base classes. Actually, I don't need the script templates then. Add files. However, it is probably a little bit outdated. Syncing. I believe I updated it like yesterday. Let me actually update it again today then, since I still have access to it, or access to the token. Open internal. Nah. Get commit. Get add dot add space dot git commit starting code preview. Okay. Yes. Yes. And then get push it cleave. And then I need to grab my pack. Okay. And now it should be updated. I think I just deleted my pack. Whoops. Okay. That has been undone. Okay. Uh, sync now. Sync started because I just updated it. Okay. Once it's done syncing, yeah, okay, let's do some code review on some of the files that are currently up to date. Right. What do you think we should look at first? I'm not even sure what I want to look at. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Sure, let's take a look at them. Attack manager and attack. If it's just the off by one things that are like weird, I don't know what. Uh, mm, attack manager that continue attack has a real bug. And condition disables but never actually disables. Active frame itself, the last frame says box stays enabled. Plus one eyes for physics takes after the attack ends, then you'll bring attack with different kick shelter -1. Mm-hmm. Um, um, So I would love some increased clarity. Okay, let's try to deal with that bug first. I think. It, so this runs after the condition resets active frames views. Resets zero, so active frame -1. VD script last negative, but indexing last element on the above. Can you expand the code segment here for me to look at? Because I'm not sure what line specifically it's saying in that. Also, I should just like this, I think. Continue attack function, okay. Branch A last frame, end the attack, branch B mid attack, and advance the frame. Why is one regardless of which? Oh. Wait, really? Did I seriously do something like that? With a projectile? Okay. And attack on last frame to disable previous frame. Hmm. Wait. So execution path on final frame is active frame equals frame dot -1 size. Reset values. Active frame equals 0. Projectile loop runs with active frame equals -1. Frames -1 is the same as size -1. Projectile checks on the last frame silently. Wait, but like, what is the actual problem then? Okay, so supposedly there's a problem if this were to not exist. Can I change this to -1, or did I code against it? Yeah, I coded against that. Okay, Control Z. Go to the agent. Editable children. Can I just delete that? No, okay. Alright, just make local then. Delete. If the fireball is the last frame, what happens? Because it's saying there's something here that even I have no idea what it would be. So it activates, continues activated, and just leaves. Okay. But then if you add a frame, The visibility goes away. It's still active. Mm, mm, I don't see a problem when it runs um, yet. Okay, let's say the attack is 14 frames. What could I do to show this error? Okay. Mm, looking for. So that doesn't change the logic from the look of it. It just adds a few things for print checks. The your code uses spaces and not tabs. That is bad. This better work. I want the tabs to work. Thank you. Okay, let's say this happens. I press the attack. I want to train the projectile. So the thing is 14 frames. So it checks all of that. End branch, active frame before reset is 13, after reset is active frame after reset equals 0, projectile check, active frame minus 1 equals -1, frames dot size equals 14. If I had a hitbox, just see what happens. Is it still active? No, it's almost fixed the errors. Let me move this to like here behind me by quite a bit. Okay. On the projectile, that means the projectile. No? Okay. I'm not seeing it flash. Frame by frame mode? Hmm. Um, this is the output. Hmm. I made a change and added, made a change, turned the attack to be 14 frames, then added a hit box on frame 14. It never showed up. This is also a temp change. And you are telling me finds nothing assembly, does nothing halfway something. That's just really bug. If you have ever built an attack but the last frame had a projectile, it would incorrectly activate after the attack ends. Frame 14 is index 13. Never false set frame disabled, false on frame 13. Never enables. This is such an edge case. Such an edge case. Would it affect a counter that was always... This is such an edge case. I don't see a reason to do it this way. Fix is straightforward. Do you want to find out? The change is just moving projectile loop inside the branch, so also fixing the end branch to disable the correct frame. Might change that then. Script. Current active frames equals this thing. The current active frame value. Active frame is 0, and then when you run it, add 1 to the end. Then when you get to active frame 14, you get to index 13, set frame disabled. It's true. So if I just delete this, run it, does it just crash? Okay. So it activates now. Yeah, that's fair. It's an error. Oh, the stun overrides. That's wonderful. However, I think it's applying to block stun, which is a different issue. Yeah, okay. So that's a code review thing. So that lets the last frame actually work. Cool. Um, okay, the last frame works now. Are there any other issues it could cause? I'll check that. One, two, three. Start. I'm sorry? One, two, three. Fireball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, it doesn't. Okay. Uh, mm-hmm. Attack cancel on the last frame. Attack cancel on the last frame. If a cancel happens on the last frame, could be at that disables the wrong frame. Same family of bug as before. Can cancel to another attack on your last frame currently. Is the null check after first print? You know, I really don't care. But sure, because I see it right now. Can I go like delete this entire line? There we go. This line too. Not both lines. Okay. Let me get this back to being the proper fireball. Instantiate fire. Ball. History. Attack manager. Down quarter circle forward. Light punch. Ground special move. Quarter circle special moves. Down forward. Quarter circle. Light punch. It's the fireball. Okay. Um, castles are handled with a different system in the input manager, I believe. Okay. All three things are fixed. Hitbox area. Sure, let's look at it. Though I use bit indexing quite a bit. Sure. Um, mhm. 3 is a later problem to deal with. 2, ignore. 1, for 1, I believe, since it uses the hitbox and not the attacker position. So with my understanding of Godot and how it works, to explain why it would flag that is in the 2D inspector node, you can see, like, this collision box here and whatnot and all the other stuff. Actually, let's go into intact to make this a little bit clearer. If I go over here, you can see hitbox, which it's this name. If I go over here in the center, you can see frame and a bunch of other stuff, as well as the hitbox with the number 100, which is this value. The reason it's concerned is this being here. If this moves, the block check will be changed. But not if this moves. Right? So if the code moves this box and not this node for the hitbox here, then if I were to jump to the other side, it would use this reference. So let's say my mouse in the center of the screen is where I am, or is where something that would get hit is. If the projectile was moving from right to left, they would have to block in my direction, where I'm standing. If the projectile was moving to the left, with the mouse over here as the hurt box, they would still have to block in my direction, and they would be facing right in this case and left in this case. Ignore. I believe the collision shape is moved, and this means that the check is based off of the hitbox area and not the collision shape. This moves, but not the area. Because the check is based off the hitbox, not the collision shape. There are two cases. One when so which one is moved in code? Position changes applied to the area. Okay. Right. So since the area is moved, then you block in the direction of the projectile. Okay. Is that my intention? That is an excellent question, because I don't remember. This one, I'll tell you why I did 6 questions. There are a bunch of things that I just don't. Yeah, this to-do list is being weird. I think I fixed that. Um, so I'll probably export the project and upload it tomorrow. If I remember to make an account later today, or use the account I already have made. I've been, oh my goodness, I thought I changed that. I feel stupid about that. Okay, pick one. Block the projectile, or block the to be determined. Okay. I really am questioning some stuff. To be determined. Okay. To be determined. And like, I want to act on cleaning up things like the gravity node, like the behavior base nodes, um, the movement dash and other nodes of type node. Use the advanced thinking, please. What else is there in here? That I don't like how it's currently set up, but could be cleaned up. I also made everything 8 times bigger and changed, and am not using get gravity at all or anything since mm, um, since my sprites were 512 by 512 or bigger, which I'm concerned about. Alright. Since they are separated, and I'm not sure if I were to shrink the sprites that they would load in the full resolution. Uh, since they are separated, I'm not sure if they... What? I'm not sure if the shrink sprites... I don't know if the sprites would be loaded properly at a smaller scale since things are measured by pixel. I actually don't know what the answer to this godot question is. Do the sprites render well at small scale, can you check the docs? Hmm. 4.6.2. Hmm. Min Emacs. I don't even understand. I should have looked this up. Godot and large sprites. Okay, if I want high detail, do I need everything to be a larger scale? Because that is my concern, that the art would be too small or too big and lose lots of detail at a small scale in the world. After this, I'm gonna just end screen. Okay. Yeah, this is the thing about the art aspect that I don't know. I actually have no clear answer, and I don't know what makes the most sense in a rendered game. Let's take, for example, this fireball. You can see... Can I zoom in further? Yeah. It's blurry. How do I enable pixel perfect for all the sprites automatically? Attack, I believe, might be able to, or no, it would be frame then. Script, add sprite, and then sprite. Region transform, visibility. There's something about rendering somewhere. They don't look pixel perfect, which is another concern of mine. No, seriously, it's not. Hmm. Project settings, render. Okay, that's better. So yeah, that's not lining up with pixels exactly. Makes the pixel data look more obvious and everything sharper. Nice. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. don't fully understand. I really don't understand this, man. Like, maybe I should just make a new scene and test it myself, because I don't get it. Add camera, add the autoload script. It's the only script that needs to exist. Add sprite. Add a quick load sprite standing, which takes up all the space in the camera. Right? And I'll run this scene. Test. Art thing test. Okay. It renders. This is a default camera and stuff. Let's change the camera zoom to 4 times and take a look at the pixels. That's the wrong scene. You can see the pixels more clearly here. If the sprite has a zoom or scale of 0.5 in both directions, okay, run it. It still looks choppy. That's because I didn't do it enough. Right. It looks fine. And it renders without being choppy. So if I just divide by 32 and I zoom by 32, will it just render nicely? No, this is where it starts to actually get bad. But I'm not like zooming that much. I don't even think I'll see it. Oh no, I see a speck of black on my screen for that. So if both the camera are zoomed and if both camera and art are scaled, most of the art will still render at high quality. Okay. Sure. Okay. Space. Do an art scale again. Yeah. I test did it as the art is scaled down with the camera, it keeps the art high quality, so I may revert the changes I made before. Um, um, hmm. What are the changes I made before? And go back to very small stuff again, then just scale down all the hurt to the right size. Maybe art at 512, 5512, and I would work with things as small as 16 as 32 by 32 with the camera zoomed in at something. Like the thing is as small as 32 by 32 with the camera zoomed in, but the art would still render at 512, 5512, and just it still render at this quality. So I would just scale the art. Okay, how do I auto scale the art on import or what? Or if that is possible. I know that things render well as long as they're not microscopic. I could also keep things in like the pixels amount. Uh, is it also reasonable to work at this small scale, or should it be a bit bigger for the sake of fine tuning of boxes. Hmm. 128 by 128. Should I just make the art at... What does 128 by 128 art look like? Supposedly. My email stop being annoying. What does that mean? You have a star. It concerns me. Oh, okay. You can do a lot with 128 pixels. My God. Supposedly. That is not 128 by 128. That is 128 by 64. Let's say I download something. No, I don't want to. Screw you, Pinterest. Art. If I do images and there's a size filter. 200 by 400. Can I please change it? This is 2000 by 2000. 12 by 900. 2048. This is 512. What size is pixel art and choose separate and canvas size? A uniform pixel 300 by 300. Is it actually that many pixels? I don't think so. No! You can see all of the pixels. But why is it still blurry? Oh, since we actually have a value for the page is 1280 by. Let me find one that's at max resolution. Not for the game. 600 by 800. No, no. This. Calculator. 1280 divided by 2. 640 by 720. Get that many pixels. That's a lot of pixels. I am very confused. This is also supposedly the same size. And I... 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 for width. And then half for height. 1200 divided by 7. So let's just use 128. And then for height, 700 divided, or what was it, 800? 720. Seven twenty divided by 2, 360. 128 by 360. If I wanted to work with a good size, it would be 256 for decently high quality art. If I did use it, but I don't. Mm, uh, hmm. importing textures mode. Default action godot to import images as textures. Textures are stored in the memory. That data cannot be accessed directly from the CPU without turning back into an image. Converse HDR. Impacts. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could be working at like somewhat different values. Yeah. I think next time I'll try to remember the next game to make sure everything is scaled. Just scale the art down, not make everything else scaled up and just zoom the camera. Because this was a bad idea. Alrighty then. Don't save. You can kill it. I guess right now I believe, yeah, everything is scaled down and stuff. I think I scaled up the hitboxes. What is this supposed to be? This, yeah, this is scaled up by a decent chunk. What was the change I even did to make the scale like that? That's the test player. Player agent, variable player agent, variables box, primary boxes. Right, so is it this scene that has some scaling? This doesn't have it. I know it does. I should at least note down what has scale. Things that do. Primary. Primary bosses. Do the attacks have it? The sprites should. Focus on the screen. Hurt boxes do. Sprites should. Hitbox. Box. Okay. Player agent. The player itself does not. The attack manager probably might. No. Each individual attack. No. The folder? No. The collision box. No, I should be looking at this in base character stuff. Transform, no. This thing, yes. Hitboxes. Collision shape. Sprites should. The folder has no transform primary. The boxes and sprite, it's a scene. So yes, check it. Attack manager has it. And I think projectiles specifically have a change on them. A projectile does not, but its hitbox does. save, and I will end it here. All right, bye bye.